You want to get into a fight? Well, stick around next to BRAWLN News number 94. We're going to mix it up, and it's going to be an all-health issue edition of Wrestling News. Oh, Wrestling News. BRAWLN News. And we've got stories on folks who are drunk, folks who are stoned, folks who are in jail, folks who are doing drugs, and someone who's actually factually sick. And if you look real close, you'll see a glitch. All that and more coming right up.
You look, it'll be seamless.
Hey, humanity, remember when you used to be cool? BRAWLN News 94, the last batch of plasma.
Fight! Hey folks, Comic Book Man here.
Who's your feet?
Welcome once again to my video on house. It's time for...
I am a man of peace.
That is the stupidest hat I've ever seen. It's time for BRAWLN News. And BRAWLN News is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. This is an all-health issue edition of BRAWLN News.
All these people have problems.
We have got folks who have got all sorts of health issues. Some of them justifiable because they're work related. Some of them not quite so justifiable.
Some of them are funny.
Some of them
I don't want
funny.
to hear about no venereal disease.
Some of them funny. Some of them said none of them involve venereal diseases. None of them involve venereal
As far as
diseases.
we can tell.
First story up involves Matt Hardy, who failed a test of some sort.
Matt Hardy, okay, a North Carolina judge told Matt Hardy, okay,
It
Matt,
wasn't a 1 + 1 = 2
Right.
test.
Was it a driving test?
he goes, Matt.
But a driving test.
He goes, Matt, I'm not going to lock you up. You're going to go to WWE sponsored rehab. You're going to do 3 months, okay? 2 months into this program,
Yes.
one day apparently Matt woke up and people at staff noticed he was acting a little weird.
Yes.
And so they asked him to take a breathalyzer test, and it tested positive for booze. So they told him to get the hell out. By being thrown out of rehab, that means you violated the terms of your probation. So he spent about a week in jail because he couldn't afford the $1 million bond. So the judge was a little annoyed.
Had to have that taste, huh, Matt?
No,
Had to have that taste.
No, Matt, you know what Matt's excuse was? Matt's excuse was
I was sick. I needed NyQuil.
and that was his excuse. He said I had taken cough syrup, and that's why I tested.
Oh, you lying sack of crap! You lying sack of crap!
So-
Nobody believes that. What? We're all 6?
So
You and Herman Cain need to get together and share a room.
So after spending a week,
They're
in
all
jail,
lying bitches, and I drank NyQuil.
Matt popped up in front of the judge, and the judge went, "Look, stupid. You got 1 month left in your rehab. You're going back to rehab." The state of North Carolina said, "No, we want this nitwit locked up." And he said, "No. You're going to go back to rehab." So he's got 1 more month. If he gets kicked out of rehab again, he's going to spend about 2-3 years in jail.
Matt, don't screw it up. It's not worth it. Go through rehab. This is very simple.
And he wasn't even, he's not even paying for it. The WWE's paying
But if
for
this
it.
guy has a real addiction problem, I mean, you can't throw jail at him. You got to keep him in rehab.
Well, we're assuming he went to...
treat him sick to
We're
criminal.
assuming
That's
he went to rehab not because of drinking, but because of other stuff.
right.
Other stuff,
Right.
So basically, he was like, "Well, I'm here in rehab, but that doesn't mean I can't drink, does it?"
Right. Well, it's just
Well,
weird-
no, you can't drink.
It's just-
That's the point behind going to
It's
rehab.
just weird that they would kick you out when they know you have a problem.
Well, they said he was acting weird, and when they asked him about it, he basically, I'm fine. What are you talking about? And then they tested him and went, "He's drunk."
It's just you go to the hospital, you're sick, so let's kick you out.
Okay, next up we got a story about a former WWE diva who has been making the rounds, and she signed on for a series of appearances, and then something happened along the way, and she just couldn't make it. And gee, what could have possibly happened?
We're talking about Sunny, who just went into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
She was supposed to appear at the Northeast Wrestling promotion for a couple of events, but she was in no condition to perform in either of the dates she was booked for. She was also booked for an appearance at a Legends of the Ring convention in New Jersey, but after being seen in the hotel bar the night before, she went back to her room and fell asleep, and everyone kept knocking on the door, and she never seemed to answer. So
Call the police!
Sonny's having a few issues.
She's just tired.
She's just
drunk. She's drunk.
Another man with health issues is...
This is the funny one, almost.
Travis Tomko.
Listen.
Travis Tom, former WWE star, former TNA star. What's his problem?
He spent some time in a Florida jail after threatening a CVS pharmacist to get several bottles of Oxycontin. Oxycontin. He went to the CVS and
Yes.
he walked up to the pharmacist and he went, "I've got a prescription, but I don't have it with me. It would really be good of you to give me these drugs for free." So the pharmacist seeing
Son,
this
you're
big,
stupid.
the pharmacist seeing this big burly guy, he gave him a bottle of pills, and then he called the police.
Were these what pills were these?
These are Oxy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We just didn't give him sugar pills.
No, he gave him the real.
I hear some of the crap we keep behind the counter in case something like
Here's,
that.
here's some Skittles.
Yeah, here's some Skittles.
So Tomko,
you want peanut butter or almond?
he went to a Chili's nearby, and he was in the bathroom for about 30 to 40 minutes before someone in the restaurant went, "We need to call the police. This guy's been in the bathroom for over half an hour." The cops showed up. They found he had needle marks and blood running down his arm, and they saw him flushing something down the toilet. Apparently what he had done is he'd taken the Oxy and he broke it down into stuff, and he sort of tried to make it liquefied and inject himself
Wow.
with it.
That's putting some real brain work into it.
He's committed.
Man, you putting that much work into that, you could actually do something with your life. If only we could turn that mind into positive uses.
So after posting bail, he checked himself in the WWE-sponsored rehab. Now,
Good idea.
Tomko had a reputation in the WWE and TNA of living about 55 times beyond what he actually had for a living. So he said he was having marital problems. His dog had died. They were kicking him out of the house, and he had a drug problem. So,
outside of that, everything's great.
yeah, but outside of that, everything's.
That's a career in country music right there.
That's a current country music. There you
So
go.
right now,
if you learn how to play a guitar, he could have a hell of a career.
Superstar.
so right now, Tomko's in a jail in Florida. He's in rehab right now, trying to get his life together.
Okay.
Along with Scott Hall, who's back there again for the 35th time.
He's got his own wing.
Well, actually, if you watch the ESPN E60 special about Scott Hall, Stephanie McMahon was on there. She said that we spent more money sending Scott Hall to rehab than anyone in the entire history of the WWE. Last Call Hall.
Last call.
Still there.
Someone else is trying to get his act together is Chris Leben.
Chris Lieben.
Lieben.
Chris the Cripple Lieben. He's been suspended
What's his
for a
problem?
year for testing
Why?
positive for painkillers.
Great.
A year.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he did a show in England. He fought Mark Munoz. And he didn't finish the fight because at one point Lieben said he couldn't see out of his eye, and his eye was open, but he said he couldn't see out of it, so they stopped the fight. He had his post-fight drug test, and he tested positive for Oxy and other painkillers. But he said, "Yeah, I did it. I screwed up. I admit I screwed up, and any punishment I get is fine." So Chris is hanging out for a year.
Listen up, all you little Jimmies out there. Listen up, because R-Truth has got some truth to tell you about the wellness program at the WWE.
Yeah, this is cute. I mean, first R-Truth, the Miz attacked R-Truth 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Beat him up, took him out for a month.
Yeah.
R-Truth and
The awesome truth no
the
longer
awesome
exists.
truth no longer exists. Now, it was announced a couple days after that he had his first wellness policy violation. He'll be off for the next 30 days.
Is that why they broke him up?
That's why they broke them up, and they want to make R-Truth a face because Vince McMahon has this idea of selling a lot of little Jimmy merchandise. That and Miz is
How are you going to make him a face at this
because
point?
he was a
How
face
do you?
before
I
he
understand.
turned into a heel.
I understand that, but how do you backpedal from the last 6 to 8 months?
He was a face before that point, and he was attacked and taken out by the Miz,
Yeah.
who is still a heel.
Okay.
So you can come back and go, "I didn't know what I was doing. I was wrong." He could do a Sergeant Slaughter, I want my country back, and he could be nice to kids and do a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, R-Truth's out for 30. Now R-Truth, you know
He's got a face only a mother can love.
but you know what he failed as well as I think for
What?
fake weed. Same thing that Evan
Fake
Bourne-
weed.
Yeah, there's synthetic marijuana out there. It's called Spice. Evan Bourne and R-Truth and a bunch of other WWE people were at a party.
Okay.
And at this party, they were smoking fake weed. There are people way above the food chain in the WWE who are also at the same party smoking weed, but only people got suspended were Evan Bourne and R-Truth. R-Truth is allowed to wrestle at Survivor Series because, well, we can't take him out of the card. It's a big deal. Evan Bourne's been gone for a month. He'll come back on the Raw that's on Monday. So there are people in the WWE, wrestlers are looking at this amazing double standard. I can smoke weed because I'm a main eventer, but he can't smoke weed because he's a B-list guy, and he can get suspended, but I don't.
This all started because of the whole Chris Jericho thing, the wellness program. That was a wellness
No,
program before.
Chris Benoit.
Or Chris Benoit. I'm sorry. Chris Benoit.
And Eddie Guerrero.
My mistake. There was a wellness policy in place at WWE before then. It was given teeth when the Chris Benoit thing happened, and they got serious about it after the Chris Benoit thing happens. And it looks like enough time has gone by where we don't give a damn about it.
Well, I mean, they don't mind. They said they don't mind suspending people as long as they're not main eventers. So I mean, if John Cena was at that party smoking weed, he's not going to get suspended.
Not weed, synthetic.
Yeah, it's not even real weed. I mean,
I
when
understand
they
that.
first made the policy of stuff they couldn't do, real weed was there. Then they added fake weed because the wrestlers who were smoking weed were smoking the fake weed because this and actually fake weed's not even illegal. The FDA hasn't even regulated fake weed.
What's the beef?
Because it's the spirit of the law. You're smoking what's
Spirit of the-
supposedly weed, even though it's not real
It's
weed.
the spirit of the war on drugs.
Wrestling law.
Right.
The
It's, you know,
spirit of the war on drugs and the spirit of the law of wrestling.
You know, it's like I could walk into Dominic's and buy Minute Maid orange juice, or I could walk into Dominic's and buy Safeway orange juice, and you know it's synthetic, but well, you know, it's a stupid double standard.
Okay, our last story up involves an actual, factual, real injury, someone who actually really did get hurt and is going to be on the shelf for a little while.
Sin Cara will be out for at least 6 to 8 months. He tore the patella tendon in his knee at the beginning of the Survivor Series elimination match. They did that double flip thing where he and Boom 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 did a jump over, and he landed
Wrong.
He didn't. Actually, from the looks of it, his knee hit the apron, and this is right at the beginning of the match. And so
He landed wrong.
he landed. Well, yeah, he hit that. His leg was going. Then he hit it, and then he tore the patella tendon. What's really weird about this is the fact that the match was already laid out.
Yeah.
This is early in the match, and so the wrestlers are going,
What do we do now?
"Yeah, what do we do now? We got to get to the finish, but now everything we had to do to get to the finish is completely gone because he's no longer in the match."
So they had to throw a couple of pages out on the fly?
They had to improvise in the ring. Which,
Get some volunteers from the audience.
right.
Yeah.
They had to do a lot of improvisation. And what's really about this is that this is really annoying the hell out of Vince.
Yeah.
Christmas season's here.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things in the WWE catalog for Christmas season?
Yeah.
Masks.
Sin Cara, yes.
Sin Cara's not around. He can't really push the mask. They also have
Get some other guy who's about
Well, no.
the same size, put the mask on and tell me Sin
they
Cara.
did that already. So they can't do that again. They said for Royal Rumble, there was supposedly this big deal event set up for Royal Rumble involving Sin Cara, and they also have a big plan of Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara facing each other, mask versus mask, at WrestleMania. All this is out there.
Great. Okay. That's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We've got no more BRAWLN news. But you can go to the store's website, check out all the BRAWLN news. This man sends me that I post up. Where is that store's website?
Punchville knows it. Sarah!
This has gone way past sad. www.myalternatereality.com.
So, stop off the store's website, check out all this man's BRAWLN news. Till next time, this is Comic Book Man
This is Bo.
saying, fight! Fight! Bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.